Hey guys, so congratulations on completing week 1, no matter where you are right now, even if you are 1, 2, or even 3 days behind. I wanted week 1 to be about introducing the tools and tactics available to you so that you can start implementing the changes you want in your life. There's a quote from Getting Things Done, that's the productivity book that Brandon and I have based a lot of our organization and systems on. But there is this one quote that Brandon often refers to, and I wrote it down here because I don't want to butcher it. But basically, it says, having to bail water in a leaky boat undermines your ability to direct it and move it forward. There's a lot of practical value in the bottom-up approach, having that solid foundation in getting to where you want to go. So it's really hard to move forward, let alone look across and look at the horizon and try to pick a direction when all of your efforts are just being used up on, not sinking. All of your efforts are just going to staying afloat. So to recap what we did this week, day 1's assignment was to write your obituary, where we exercised your ability to dream big, so to speak. Even a poor attempt at going in one direction is better than not moving at all. And the more you, pick an aim and pursue it and move towards it, fail, adjust, and you keep doing that over and over again, the better you'll be for it. And then starting on day 2, we focused on the importance of gratitude and how we can practice that in a very simple way every single day. Gratitude is about taking on the proper posture of both humility and courage when dealing with the challenges and the potential that life has to offer. On day 3, we took the Big 5 personality test in order to develop a better understanding of ourselves. That way we're not a fish trying to fly unless you're a flying fish. And that quote was from Brandon. On days 4 and 5, we learned about and also practiced our negative thought loops and our redemptive thought loops. We now know that when we have a thought that causes a negative emotion, it's just our brain's way of telling us that there is a problem that needs to be dealt with. And the way that we deal with it is to look at the problem square in the eye and then break it down into little pieces that we can actually handle and have control over. On day 6, we mapped out your morning and evening routines in order to make sure that your life is structured appropriately so that we're not relying on the flightiness of motivation. We know motivation comes and goes. Remember that anxiety hates predictability and routines provide us just that. We want to start and end our days with easy wins, and you want to set yourself up for success. For example, if your morning routine consists of you, working on your desk in a little corner in your kitchen. Something as simple as, wiping down the surface, making sure that dishes or things are, back where they belong, because the last thing you want is to wake up in the morning and head to that area to get to work, but then, you have to worry about the desk or the area being unclean or the dishes that need to be done. And you don't need to add any more obstacles to this routine that could otherwise be enjoyable for you. On day 7, we learned how not keeping commitments with ourselves and with the people in our lives erode our confidence and our integrity, and how vital it is to have a system or an outside brain to catch all of our important to-dos and tasks just so that nothing important slips through the cracks. On day 8, we covered one of my favorite topics, which is decluttering, and I always find that that is the easiest way for me to clear up my mental and physical space. We talked about how our bedrooms or our stuff can be physical representations of what's going on in our minds. Just like the practice of the thought downloads, gathering everything in one place, like putting all of your thoughts down on paper, looking at them one by one, and then deciding which ones to keep or discard or replace. We take that same kind of practice into sorting and organizing our material possessions. We covered the 3 questions we can ask ourselves as a starting point, which are, is it serving me? Does it make me happy? And is it current or outdated? Make sure that when you make a decision on what to do with that item, follow through. If you need to schedule it into your, planner or calendar to let yourself know hey, this is going to either be sold or donated, or, it's too worn and I have to throw it out. But make a decision and be firm and stick with it. And I just want to add that, if you have something in your life that you really love, like let's say you have a huge collection of books, or in my case, my tiny toy collection, just because you have a lot of something, it doesn't necessarily equal clutter, right? It's only clutter if the things in your life are just taking up space and causing you some sort of overwhelm or stress, but it is not clutter if it serves a purpose in your life. And it providing you joy, that is a legit purpose. Decluttering in this sense isn't about minimalism. Our goal is not to have the fewest number of possessions possible. Our goal is to let go of things that are potentially holding us back or holding us down, and to really hold on to and protect and treasure the things that really lift us up or bring us life, give us a sense of purpose, joy, all that good stuff. My hope is that, whether some of this was new to you or it's just a review, that you're able to get some quick wins and have some insight into some of the ways that you can improve and mitigate the anxiety that comes from, the chaos of your day-to-day. These are practices that take a lifetime to master and are arguably some of the most important ones too, because it's the meta skill of, having that growth mindset when you face challenges and difficulties. I want to encourage you to continue this program with the mindset of, learning something new, trying something new, failing fast, gathering the lessons learned from that process and then continuing to build on them. When Brandon and I were preparing to launch this coaching business, one of the things that we agreed on was, let's just be open to failing fast. Let's fail fast and let's fail often and just keep learning to pick ourselves up, because, we're both tend to be perfectionistic. Even if we blow through our entire savings in this next year and a half, it'll be totally worth it. And like the worst case scenario is we tried this and we learned a bunch of stuff. And if we have to, we go out and get jobs, right? So I want to kind of encourage you from that mindset as well. And, not as me, someone who has it all figured out and I'm like telling you guys about it. Like, I'm in the trenches with you guys. Like, I know how difficult it is and I know how discouraging and unmotivating some days are, but we learn to fight the fight that's worth fighting. So I want to encourage you that, even when you feel afraid, don't stay feeling stuck. Try something, fail fast, and do it again. Try something new, fail fast, do it again. And hopefully, with continued practice, this becomes not easier, but we just get better at it. And it's these little small acts of bravery that will compound into life-enhancing changes, for lack of a better word, for the long haul. Okay, so now that your ship is leaking less, or maybe it's no longer leaking, in the next segment of this program, we're going to chart your course so you can find meaning in the life you've been given. And we're going to start with goal setting. I really hope you guys have been enjoying this course as much as I've enjoyed building it for you and with you. Thank you for your feedback and your participation. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.